Imagine the tantalizing aroma of spices wafting through the air, hinting at the culinary journey we are about to embark on. This is Trinidad, a bustling, industrious island where the sounds of sizzling pans and the rhythmic chopping of ingredients form the everyday symphony. Here, the air is always thick with the scent of food in the making, a testament to the island's rich culinary heritage. Our gastronomic voyage starts with the classic doubles, a street food staple that's as integral to Trinidad as, say, the steel pan or calypso. The soft, fluffy bara, a turmeric-infused dough, cradles a hearty filling of curried chickpeas, the ingredients for which include shadonbeni, garlic, and pimiento peppers. The chickpeas and dal have been soaked the night before, then seasoned with a medley of amchar masala, jeera, turmeric, and all-purpose seasoning. A bite into a double is a burst of flavors, a true embodiment of Trinidad's vibrant spirit. Next, we have the paratha roti, a flaky flatbread that's painstakingly crafted with layers of butter and Crisco. The dough is rolled, folded, and left to rise, creating a masterpiece that's crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. Then there's the curry conch, a seafood delight that's simmered in a rich, aromatic curry, and the pork wallop, a meaty indulgence that's slow-cooked until tender. Adding an Italian twist to the mix, we have the curry ravioli with shrimp, an innovative fusion dish that marries the warmth of curry with the delicacy of pasta. And to end our culinary introduction on a sweet note, we have the cherry coconut drops, a beloved island dessert that's as delightful to the palate as it is to the eyes. This is just a taste of what Trinidad's cuisine has to offer. Now, with your senses ignited, brace yourself as we delve into the heart of Trinidad's cuisine. The magic begins with the preparation of paratha roti, a flaky, buttery delight. Picture yourself in the heart of Trinidad, surrounded by the bustling energy of a busy street. The air is rich with the tantalizing aromas of curry and coconut, and tucked away in a corner of this vibrant scene, an artist is at work. Their medium is not paint or clay, but dough, butter, and Crisco. Their canvas, a humble kitchen counter. Their masterpiece, the paratha roti. The process begins with simplicity, with the rolling out of dough. But don't be fooled by the seemingly straightforward nature of this task. There's a finesse to it, a touch that only comes with years of practice. The dough must be thin, but not too thin. Even, but not too even. It's a delicate balance, a dance of sorts, between the hands of the artist and the yielding dough beneath them. Next comes the butter, a generous spread across the surface of the dough. This isn't just any butter, mind you, it's a special blend, a secret recipe, a mix of butter and Crisco that brings a unique richness and depth to the paratha. This buttery mixture is what gives the roti its signature flaky texture. It's melt-in-your-mouth goodness that keeps you coming back for more. Once the dough is suitably adorned with its buttery embellishment, it's rolled once again. This time it's transformed into a ball, a compact sphere of potential just waiting to be unleashed. But patience, dear listener, is a virtue. The dough must rest now, must sit and rise, and in doing so, allow the flavors to meld and the texture to develop. As the dough rises, it's as if the entire room holds its breath. The anticipation is palpable, the tension almost electric. This is the calm before the storm, the quiet before the culinary delight that is to come. And it's in these moments, these quiet interludes of waiting, that the true artistry of paratha roti making comes to light. It's not just about the ingredients or the technique, but the love and patience that go into every step of the process. The respect for the dough, the understanding of its needs, the appreciation for the butter and Crisco, for the richness they bring, the reverence for the time it takes to rise, for the transformation that occurs within. In the end, the paratha roti is not just a dish. It's a labor of love, a testament to the artistry and dedication of its maker. It's a symbol of Trinidad, a representation of the vibrancy and diversity of its people and their cuisine, and above all, it's a delicious treat. A flaky, buttery delight that is as much a joy to eat as it is to make. With our paratha dough set aside to rise, we move on to the next dish. Next up is the making of Trinidad's iconic street food, doubles. This delectable delight is as much a part of Trinidad's culture as its vibrant music and picturesque landscapes. Doubles are a charming blend of Indian culinary techniques and Caribbean flavors, resulting in a dish that's unique, delicious, and undeniably Trini. Let's start with the base, the doubles bara. This is not your ordinary bread. It's a special kind of flatbread that's crispy on the outside, soft on the inside, and has a distinct yellow hue thanks to the turmeric. The ingredients are simple: all-purpose flour, salt, yeast, sugar, turmeric, baking powder, and a key element, lukewarm water. The magic lies in the mixing and kneading, transforming these humble ingredients into a dough that will soon rise to the occasion. While the dough rests, we turn our attention to the heart of the doubles, the chana, or curried chickpeas. The chana is not simply boiled and thrown onto the bara. Oh no, it's a carefully crafted concoction that's simmered to perfection. The recipe calls for chickpeas and dal that have been soaked overnight. This not only softens the legumes, but also reduces their cooking time. Now let's talk about the flavor. Doubles aren't just about the texture, they're a flavor explosion in your mouth. To achieve this, we add a unique mix of chedonbini, garlic and pimiento peppers to the chickpeas and dal. Chedonbini, also known as culantro, is a herb that's native to the Caribbean and has a robust, pungent flavor that's somewhat similar to cilantro but much stronger. Next, we spice things up with amchar masala, jeera, turmeric, and all-purpose seasoning. Amchar masala is a blend of 5 spices that's commonly used in Trinidadian cuisine. It imparts a distinctive, earthy flavor to the dish. Jeera, or cumin, adds a warm, nutty note, while turmeric gives the chana its characteristic yellow color. The all-purpose seasoning ties everything together, enhancing the flavors and adding a subtle hint of savoriness. Once the chana is simmering away, we return to our dough. It's now risen and ready to be transformed into bara. The dough is divided into small portions, which are then rolled out into thin, round discs. These are then deep fried until they puff up and turn a beautiful golden brown. The final step is assembly. A piece of bara is placed on a piece of wax paper, a generous helping of chana is spooned onto it, and then it's topped with another piece of bara. The doubles is then folded up like a sandwich, ready to be devoured. Making doubles is not just about cooking. It's a dance, a rhythm, a ritual. It's about the joy of creating something from scratch, the anticipation of waiting for the dough to rise, the satisfaction of seeing the bara puff up in the hot oil, and the delight of biting into a freshly made doubles, with the soft bara, the spicy chana, and the contrasting textures creating a symphony of flavors that's truly out of this world. With our doubles bara and chana prepped, it's time to delve into the world of seafood. Now, we venture into the realm of seafood, preparing a fragrant curry conch. With the hustle and bustle of Trinidad's streets as our backdrop, we're about to embark on a culinary adventure with an oceanic twist. Today we are creating a seafood masterpiece, a dish that carries the rhythm of the waves and the warmth of the Caribbean sun in every bite: the curry conch. The conch, a large marine gastropod, is a treasure of the sea, known for its tender, slightly sweet flesh. It's a beloved ingredient in Caribbean cuisine, and in Trinidad it's often cooked in a spicy, aromatic curry that's a delightful dance of flavors on the palate. Now let's start cooking, shall we? First and foremost, we need to prepare our conch. It's essential to clean it thoroughly, removing any grit or sand that might be hiding in its crevices. Once that's done, we'll cut it into bite-sized pieces. These morsels of seafood goodness will soon be soaking up the flavors of our curry, transforming into a dish that's a true delight to the senses. Next, we turn our attention to the curry. In Trinidad, curry is more than just a dish. It's a symphony of flavors, each playing its part to create a melody that's simply irresistible. We start with a base of onions, garlic, and hot peppers, sautéed until they're soft and fragrant. This forms the backbone of our curry, providing a depth of flavor that sets the stage for the rest of the ingredients. Now we introduce the star of the show, our curry powder. This isn't just any curry powder. It's a blend of spices including coriander, cumin, turmeric, and fenugreek, each lending its unique flavor to the mix. We'll toast the curry powder in the pan with our sautéed onions and garlic, letting the heat release the spices' aroma and deepen their flavors. Then it's time to add our conch. We'll stir it into the curry, coating each piece with the flavorful sauce. This is where the magic happens, as the conch starts to absorb the curry's flavors, taking on a savory, spicy character that's simply divine. We'll then add some water, just enough to cover the conch, and let it simmer. As it cooks, the conch releases its juices into the curry, enriching it with its sweet oceanic flavor. It's a slow process, but one that's worth every minute, as it allows the flavors to meld together, creating a dish that's greater than the sum of its parts. While our curry is simmering, we can't forget about the other ingredients that make this dish so special. A handful of chopped tomatoes adds a touch of sweetness and acidity, balancing out the curry's heat. Fresh thyme lends an earthy note, while a squeeze of lime juice brightens up the dish, adding a burst of citrusy freshness. Finally, after all the ingredients have had time to get to know each other, our curry conch is ready. It's a sight to behold, with its vibrant yellow color and the tantalizing aroma of spices wafting up from the pan. The conch is tender and flavorful, having soaked up all the goodness of the curry. It's a dish that's as beautiful as it is delicious, a true testament to the culinary prowess of Trinidad. And there you have it, our curry conch, a seafood delight that's a celebration of Trinidad's vibrant food culture. It's a dish that tells a story of a place where the sea and the land come together, creating a cuisine that's as diverse and colorful as the island itself. Our curry conch, simmering with flavor, leaves us free to turn our attention to the next dish. Adding an international twist to our culinary adventure, we now prepare curry ravioli with shrimp. Prepare to tantalize your taste buds as we bridge the culinary gap between Italy and Trinidad with this fusion dish. The Italian classic, ravioli, gets a Caribbean makeover with the addition of curry and shrimp. The result is a splendid blend of flavors that are sure to take your palate on a joyous journey. Firstly, let's dive into the ravioli making process. It's an art form, really, akin to the craftsmanship of a sculptor. The base of any good ravioli starts with the pasta dough. Flour, eggs, a dash of olive oil, and a pinch of salt are all you need. Don't forget to knead it well. A supple, elastic dough is the secret to perfect ravioli. Once the dough is ready, it's time to let it rest. This pause allows the gluten to relax, making the dough easier to work with later. While our dough takes a well-deserved break, we move on to the filling. The star of our filling is, of course, shrimp. Shrimp is a staple in Trinidadian cuisine, and it's the perfect partner for our curry ravioli. The shrimp is lightly sautéed with a hint of garlic and a splash of white wine. We want to keep the flavors subtle here, allowing the shrimp to shine in all its glory. As the shrimp cooks, the kitchen fills with the aroma of the sea, a scent that conjures images of Trinidad's idyllic beaches. It's this very aroma, the essence of the sea, that will infuse our ravioli with an unmatched depth of flavor. Now, let's turn our attention to the curry sauce. This is where the dish truly becomes a fusion of Italian and Trinidadian cuisine. The base of the sauce is a blend of coconut milk and curry powder, creating an intoxicating aroma that is both exotic and comforting. A touch of turmeric gives the sauce a vibrant golden hue, while the addition of amchar masala, a Trinidadian spice blend, brings a depth of flavor that's truly extraordinary. As our curry sauce starts to bubble away on the stove, it's time to return to our pasta dough. It's been resting, and now it's ready to be rolled out. The dough is gently coaxed into a thin sheet, ready to be filled with our succulent shrimp. Each piece of ravioli is meticulously crafted, the dough folded over the shrimp filling and sealed with a crimped edge. It's a labor of love, but the result is worth every moment. Finally, it's time to cook our curry ravioli. The pasta is gently dropped into a pot of boiling water, where it cooks until it's perfectly al dente. You'll know it's done when the edges of the ravioli are tender, but there's still a slight bite to the pasta. It's a delicate balance, one that requires a keen eye and a patient hand. As the ravioli cooks, the curry sauce is ladled over it, bathing each piece in a blanket of creamy, spicy goodness. The combination of the tender pasta, the succulent shrimp, and the rich curry sauce creates a symphony of flavors that's truly a testament to the magic of fusion cuisine. Finally, it's time to serve our curry ravioli. Each plate is generously adorned with the pasta, the vibrant curry sauce pooling around each piece.
A sprinkling of fresh herbs adds a pop of colour and a burst of freshness, the perfect finishing touch to this culinary masterpiece. And there you have it, curry ravioli with shrimp, a delightful fusion of Italian and Trinidadian cuisine. It's a dish that's as exciting and diverse as the island of Trinidad itself. Each bite takes you on a journey, from the bustling streets of Italy to the vibrant beaches of Trinidad, all from the comfort of your own kitchen. So, next time you're yearning for a culinary adventure, why not try this recipe? It's a testament to the fact that sometimes the most unexpected combinations can result in the most delightful dishes. After all, isn't that what cooking is all about? It's an exploration, a chance to experiment with flavors and create something truly extraordinary. With our curry ravioli bubbling away, we turn our focus to the meat lovers.
For those with a penchant for meat, we now prepare pork wallop, a traditional Trinidadian dish. In the heart of Trinidad, where the air brims with the tantalizing scent of spices and the rhythm of steel pans, there's a meaty delight that stands out, the ever-so-indulgent pork wallop. This dish is a testament to the island's rich culinary heritage, a melody of flavors that dances on the palate and leaves a lasting impression. So, what exactly is pork wallop? It's a hearty stew-like dish brimming with tender chunks of pork, simmered in a rich aromatic broth, with an array of spices and local herbs lending it a distinctive character. It's the kind of dish that warms you from the inside out, a true comfort food that, when done right, can transport you straight to the bustling streets of Trinidad. Now, the first step in making pork wallop is selecting the right cut of pork. We're looking for something with a good amount of fat to keep the meat juicy and flavorful as it cooks. A pork shoulder or pork belly would be ideal. Once we have our meat, we cut it into bite-sized pieces, because the smaller the size, the more flavor it can absorb. Next comes the marinating process, an essential step that allows the flavors to penetrate deep into the meat. We start with a generous helping of green seasoning, a vibrant blend of fresh herbs, including chardonnay, thyme and parsley, along with garlic and pimiento peppers. This green seasoning is the heart and soul of many Trinidadian dishes, and it's what gives the pork wallop its distinctive Caribbean flavor. With the green seasoning acting as our base, we then add a splash of soy sauce for depth, a bit of Worcestershire sauce for tang, and a spoonful of brown sugar to balance out the flavors. Finally, a pinch of all-purpose seasoning and a dusting of black pepper complete the marinade. Once everything is thoroughly mixed, we let the pork rest, allowing the flavors to meld together. The longer the pork marinates, the more flavorful it will be, so patience is key here. While the pork is marinating, we prepare the other ingredients. We chop up some onions and bell peppers, mince a few cloves of garlic, and dice a hot pepper or two, depending on how much heat we want in our dish. These ingredients add texture and depth to the pork wallop, creating a harmonious medley of flavors. Once our prep work is done, it's time to get cooking. We heat up some oil in a heavy-bottomed pot, then add the pork, browning it on all sides. This process helps to seal in the juices and gives the meat a beautiful, caramelized exterior. After the pork has browned, we remove it from the pot and set it aside. In the same pot, we sauté our onions, bell peppers and garlic until they're soft and fragrant. Then we add back the browned pork, along with the diced hot peppers, and give everything a good stir. Next, we add enough water to cover the meat and bring the pot to a simmer. Then, the magic happens. As the pork wallop cooks, the flavors meld together, creating a rich, savory broth that's deeply satisfying. The pork becomes tender and juicy, absorbing the flavors of the broth, while the vegetables soften and release their own flavors into the mix. After simmering for a good couple of hours, the pork wallop is ready. The meat should be fork tender, the broth thick and flavorful, and the aroma absolutely mouth-watering. We serve it hot, perhaps with a side of paratha roti to mop up the delicious broth, or over a bed of fluffy rice. And there you have it, the meaty indulgence that is pork wallop. A symphony of flavors, a testament to Trinidad's rich culinary heritage, and proof that sometimes the simplest ingredients can create the most delicious dishes. Our indulgent pork wallop brings us to the sweet finale of our cooking adventure. To conclude our culinary journey, we prepared cherry coconut drops, a sweet Trinidadian treat. What's a meal without a sweet ending? And what better way to conclude our gastronomic expedition than with a traditional Trinidadian dessert? The cherry coconut drops. These delightful morsels are a symphony of sweet and tropical flavors that dance on your tongue, leaving a lingering taste of the Caribbean. Imagine a treat, humble in appearance but rich in taste, that brings the magic of the Trinidadian islands to your palate. The cherry coconut drops are akin to tiny, flavorful islands floating in a sea of sweet syrup. They're a testament to the simple and beautiful art of Trinidadian sweets, where every ingredient has a purpose, and together they create something truly special. The first step in creating these delightful drops is to gather our ingredients. We'll need some fresh coconut, the star of our show,
and some maraschino cherries for that pop of color and an added layer of sweetness. To create the syrup, we'll use brown sugar and a bit of water. The ingredients are simple, but when combined, they create a medley of flavors that is nothing short of spectacular. The process begins with the coconut. We grate the fresh coconut, releasing its sweet, tropical aroma. There's something about the scent of fresh coconut that transports you straight to the beaches of Trinidad, with the sun shining brightly and the waves gently lapping at the shore. Next, we turn our attention to the maraschino cherries. These cherries, with their vibrant red color and sweet taste, make the perfect contrast to the subtle sweetness of the coconut. We chop them into small pieces, each chop releasing a burst of cherry sweetness into the air. With our main ingredients prepared, we move on to making the syrup. The brown sugar and water are combined and heated until the sugar completely dissolves. The syrup bubbles and thickens, and as it does, it darkens in color, developing a rich golden hue and a deep caramel-like flavor. Now it's time to bring it all together. We add the grated coconut and chopped maraschino cherries to the syrup, stirring gently to ensure that every bit of coconut and cherry is coated in the sweet syrup. The mixture is then cooked until it thickens and the syrup is absorbed. The result is a sticky, sweet mixture that's ready to be shaped into our cherry coconut drops. Using a spoon, we scoop out small portions of the mixture and shape them into small rounds. Each round is then placed on a tray lined with parchment paper, ready to be cooled and hardened. As they cool, the syrup hardens, transforming the sticky mixture into firm, sweet drops. The cherry coconut drops are then left to cool completely. As they cool, they continue to harden, turning into a sweet treat that's chewy, crunchy, and absolutely delightful. Each drop is a bite-sized piece of Trinidad, a sweet memento of our culinary journey. These cherry coconut drops are not just a dessert, they are a testament to Trinidad's rich culinary heritage. They represent the simplicity and creativity of Trinidadian cuisine, showcasing how a few simple ingredients can be transformed into a delightfully sweet treat. They are a perfect ending to our gastronomic journey, a sweet reminder of the diverse and flavorful cuisine of Trinidad. As we take a bite of the cherry coconut drop, we taste the sweetness of the syrup, the subtle flavor of the coconut, and the burst of cherry flavor. It's a moment of pure gastronomic joy, a sweet finale to our culinary exploration. With our cherry coconut drops ready, we have successfully journeyed through the heart of Trinidad's cuisine.
We've journeyed through the bustling streets of Trinidad, experienced the vibrant flavors and textures of its cuisine, and prepared an array of dishes that truly capture the island's spirit. Our voyage began with the art of paratha, where we discovered the delicate balance between butter and Crisco, kneading it into the dough and letting it rise. The outcome was a flaky, buttery roti, a staple of Trinidadian cuisine that's as comforting as it is delicious. Next, we navigated the intricacies of doubles, a street food delight. With a base of bara made from all-purpose flour, salt, yeast, sugar, turmeric, baking powder, and lukewarm water, we added a flavorful mix of chickpeas, dal, and split peas. The addition of chadan beanie, garlic, pimiento peppers, amchar masala, jeera, turmeric, and all-purpose seasoning brought this dish to life, creating a symphony of flavors that danced on our tongues. We then plunged into the seafood delights of curry conch and shrimp, bringing the taste of the ocean to our plates. The tender seafood, simmered in a hearty curry, made for a dish that was a feast for both the eyes and the palate. Our culinary journey took an unexpected turn with an Italian twist: curry ravioli. This fusion of Italian pasta with traditional Trinidadian flavors resulted in a dish that was both familiar and exotic, a testament to the island's multicultural heritage. We couldn't forget the meaty indulgence of pork wallop, a hearty dish that was as satisfying as it was flavorful. And finally, we ended on a sweet note with cherry coconut drops, a dessert that encapsulated the tropical flavors of the island. Throughout this journey, we've explored the rich culinary traditions of Trinidad, each dish telling a story of the island's history, its people, and its vibrant culture. The joy of cooking is not just in the eating, but in the process itself, in the discovery of new flavors, techniques, and traditions. With the aroma of our dishes still lingering in the air, we bid you farewell, hoping you'll join us again on our next culinary adventure.